Ah! So, all right, we are here back at Pram Pram. And what we want to do is talk to some folks because, you know, there's this thing that they say that we all afraid and scared and terrified to be here. And they tell us nothing but fear in America, but there's a whole lot of us here living good like this. Ron, y'all remember Ron? Ron went with me. We went to Beaufort, South Carolina. We went to the Oyotanji village. He has his dual citizenship in Sierra Leone. And now here we are back again in Ghana. We did an interview with him and Wally last year. And so now we're just here. And so everybody here is from America?
Just about everybody there.
Okay, so
Jamaica, places, UK.
Okay.
And Martha, and you remember Judith?
I do. Hello, Judith.
And Gwen.
Hey, hello again, Gwen. All right, so good to see you. All right. So you've been here, everybody, this is Miss Judith right here, and you've been here a year and a half. Now, have you been nervous and scared? Because you know what they tell us back in the States, that, you know, we come here and be scared.
I don't know what they tell y'all in the States. I really don't know. I've been off the mainland for about 15 years.
Really?
I went to the Caribbean. I had 15 years ago enough for U.S., and I went to the Caribbean.
So when you left, what prompted you to make the move to the Caribbean?
To get away from white folks and the supremacy and the advantage over us, everything. I had a business in North Carolina, and conservatives decided I didn't need to be where I was and just closed me down.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So that it sounded like kind of like Tulsa,
It's kind of like that. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that history and how it works and what all goes on and how they'll use the law to shut you down.
Oh, yeah.
They'll use physical force to shut you down.
Yeah. I was in the lobby of the YMCA in North Carolina, Durham.
Oh, Durham, okay.
Yeah. And they just decided I was doing too well. It was a vegan cafe, bar, and they just decided it didn't need to be there.
But they probably didn't get enough of the cut.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
If they got enough of the cut, then it would have been all good.
Yeah. So that was the final blow.
Okay.
I said, no, I've done enough of this, and I went to the Caribbean.
Which island did you go to?
St. Martin.
Oh, St. Martin?
Yeah.
And so you were there 15 years.
I was in St. Martin for maybe 3 years.
Okay.
I left there and went to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay.
Because it was easier to do business there. It's still U.S.
Okay.
You know, a social security number.
Oh, okay. Right, U.S. Virgin Islands. So you were still able to take advantage of the system.
In the foreign islands, it was a little harder to do that.
And that's the thing people don't understand. They'll say, well, okay, if we complain about the system of America, then they say, well, all right, we'll just go and leave without understanding or realizing that we had ancestors that bled and died, and we have a right to certain things too.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna. It's just like y'all want to use us.
Yeah.
We're gonna use you too.
Yeah.
And that's just how. You know, when you start looking at it, you being an entrepreneur, you understood the business of the whole deal. And so what prompted you to come to Ghana?
So you said you're here for how long? Ghana was, they said come home. That's what prompted me.
Got it.
When Ghana said come home, that struck a chord with me because that's something, I don't know where home is. And we've been robbed of that in my heritage, in my family. I don't know that. It only goes back to my father.
Understood.
I don't know, maybe my grandfather on my mother's side, but that's it. And that's South Carolina in both cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What part of South Carolina?
Greenville.
Up north, okay.
And then 96. It didn't even have a name, it had a number.
That's
96.
new for me, and I'm from South Carolina.
96, South Carolina.
That's just a number.
Yes, and that was my dad. So that's all I know.
And so when you came back,
But when they said come home, well, okay, it's African. I know I'm an African.
so you
So
know
I'm
it.
going home.
How did you feel when you got here? What was it like when you
I
came?
felt great. I felt wonderful when I got here, but it was only here 2 days. I had a real tragic experience. My son died in the States, and I had to go back after being here for 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So that took me out of here from that wonderful, glorious feeling of being home to just the total,
Tragedy.
absolute worst thing that could ever happen in my life. So once that I got through that in the pandemic, I said, I'm coming back. I'm coming home.
I was going to ask you what brought you back.
That was the journey I was on before all of that, and I decided to continue where I left off. You know?
And so you've been back here a year, a little
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
I got here March 8th of 2021.
Okay.
And I've been here ever since.
So you
And I came from Nevis. That was the other thing. I left the Virgin Islands. A friend of mine invited me to come to stay with her. She had a house in Nevis, and she knew I was grieving. And well, come here and decide what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's just a home. Yeah, my house is open to you. That's a wonderful friend.
Wow.
And yes, so that's what I did. And then the pandemic hit, and I was there for a year and a half.
So you were there, and then you came here.
And came to Ghana from Nevis.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you got back to Ghana. The transition has been clearly. I see it on your
It's
face.
been great. I came in on March 8th, April 5th. I moved into my apartment, and I've been living there ever since.
Now, what I want everybody to pay attention to is if you look at the piece on her face, because again, I know what they tell us in America. People nervous to come, people going through stress to come, people all just going through types of all anxiety to come. But then you start seeing people who are here and have been here and express the level of peace and comfort that they have. Now, the feeling of home, have you felt that since you've been in Ghana?
Oh, ever since I've been in Ghana. I never felt any other way. As soon as I got here, I felt home. And peace. And it's not, I don't want to paint a picture of it like utopia or perfect. It's not that at all. Not at all. There's dirt roads, there's crazy traffic, it drives like maniacs, it's a lot of stuff. Corruption, oh man, corruption.
We got to pay tip everybody for something.
Unbelievable. But
But in the midst of all
in
of
the
that,
midst of all of that,
you found
this is
peace.
the most peace I've ever had. And I'm telling you, I'm 75, going on 75.
Really? Oh, wow. Well,
I'm
you
in
look
my
great.
75th rotation.
Well, you look great.
So April 6th, coming next year, I will have done 75 rotations.
75
around the
rotations.
sun. And this rotation, I feel like the Creator saved the best for last. I really do. I am so happy here. I can't say I've ever been happy.
And even with everything that they tell us, like and the stuff that you talk about, the traffic is insane. You will have to give some tips to get certain things done at different times if you want to expedite the process. But it's like
But life
even
is
with all
so
of it.
simple. It's so nice. It's so peaceful. And dealing with my people on all levels for everything that I need and do. And travel around. I drive around. I'm
You
a
drive.
driver. Oh, yeah.
She drives in Ghana traffic.
I drive.
I
came here.
I haven't even done that yet.
I wasn't gonna have it. Nobody was gonna drive me around.
And so you got your own
I have
vehicle.
my own vehicle.
Let me find out. I got to step my game up now. I got gotta step my game up.
I
What's
have
wrong
my own
with me?
vehicle. And I get to move around. I've been to a brewery, I've driven up there, I've been to Cape Coast many times.
Really?
Yeah.
Even through all the checkpoints and all of that?
Yes.
So how does that work for you? Because, you know, they stop you every 5
No
miles.
problem. They're not looking for people like us.
Okay.
They're looking for the bad guys.
Got it. Okay.
And so it's nice to have those checkpoints.
So you know you have everything in order.
Right. You know that there's help that far away, you know,
Okay.
and within that distance of the next checkpoint, especially on those long roads.
Okay.
Because you're in wilderness, there's nothing out there, you know, so you want to know.
You want to have
you know.
somebody out there so you don't have any issues.
Exactly.
Well, what message would you share with everyone who might be considering visiting Ghana?
Definitely visit. Definitely come. Visit. See. And not only Ghana, go to other countries.
Yeah.
Like you. You've been to many countries.
I have.
I've been to Zimbabwe. I've been to South Africa. I didn't get to the Seychelles.
You haven't done that yet? Oh, we gotta get you to the
I'm
Seychelles.
so sorry,
We
I
gotta get
didn't get there yet. But no, visit. I want to go to Rwanda.
Yes?
I want to see what's going on over there.
Somebody just asked me about Rwanda today.
Yes, I want us to see firsthand how a leader develops his vision and what, if anything, is going to come and put some kind of
Come out of that, out of the effort.
to somehow create some conflict with that. I want to see if that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't.
Right,
But
you know.
this would be a first-hand way of seeing how it's done. How do these countries come in and change the climate, change the path of a leader who is doing some good in a country and make it just go haywire?
Well, you know,
or become assassins.
but you know what? But it goes back to what you experienced in Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah.
If somebody's getting enough of the cut,
Yeah.
then all goes
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's the way
So
it's
you
always
see,
been.
yeah, right.
And all, if somebody's getting enough of the cut, all goes well. Somebody's not getting enough of the cut, and then when they do, they come and they try to destroy it. And that's what you see happening on so many different levels on the continent,
Yeah.
where the potential is there,
Yeah.
but how much of the cut? And then how much are they really willing to let certain nations enjoy the wealth that they already have?
Right.
You know, so those are things that, you know.
Well, let us just do our own thing as Africans. Let us lead our own country and our people based on what we want to do, not on this system that exists.
Yeah.
We see what happens with that. We're living it.
We know it, yeah.
So let's do something else. Let's create what we want in our world, in a system that'll work for all of us. So we can coexist. I'm not saying we gotta eliminate anybody.
Yeah.
Let's just coexist.
But just give it so you can coexist in peace.
In peace. I'm a Buddhist. That's what we do. We pray. The whole point of Buddhism is for world peace. That's what we're praying for, world peace.
And so that's the whole goal and everything.
That's the goal. That's the goal of a Buddhist, world peace.
And so that's what you've been seeking. That's why you came.
Exactly.
And that's because that is your belief system. That's what you're seeking.
Yes. And I have found it here.
So you have found the
thing.
peace in Ghana.
Yes.
So just here, when everybody tells you everything is bad, they're only giving you one side of the story because there's a whole lot of us in peace. Look at Miss Gwen over here. She's grooving right now.
Right. We are at peace.
That's a
Y'all
peaceful
right?
groove right
Yes.
there. You don't groove like that, but you don't have a little peace.
Exactly.
That's the deal. You can feel
are.
it. And so that's the deal. So Miss Judith, I want to thank you.
You are so welcome.
For your words of wisdom and sharing your story. And again, you spoke to someone. I tell people all the time, a lot of us are struggling in the States economically, emotionally, physically, but we haven't tried to look elsewhere to see where we might be able to find some of that peace.
Retirement. They're thinking of retiring at some point somewhere.
Yeah.
Come here and do it. Things are affordable. The dollar is
9 to 1 today.
9 to 1
It's
today.
9 to 1.
Now you can't beat that.
No, you can't beat
Come
the 9
on,
to 1.
your dollar goes farther. You get more for your money.
You do.
I have a very lovely apartment. I'm looking for land.
Yeah.
I'm saving for land.
Let me find out.
So come on, come.
This Judith is doing it, everybody, and you can do it too if this is what you want to do. Whether it's Ghana or Rwanda or wherever, you know, it can be
Lunch is
anywhere,
ready.
wherever. Maybe it's the U.S. for you. Maybe it's Costa Rica. I don't know. But the one thing is, you live one time, and you want to make the most of every moment that you have. And oftentimes, other people will control your time, your money, all of these different things. Now it's time for you to take control of that and whatever works for you. So that's the deal. So I want to thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And when you come out here to Pram, ask for Miss Judith.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna walk around.
Lunch is ready.
Lunch is ready.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, they have the buffet and everything? The Shakers. They go Kenya right there. After this interview with Kenya, she's breaking this thing down too. So that's the deal. All right, so Ron said it's time for me to come eat. Oh, they got the spread out here today.
Yeah.
I see some potato salad out here.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
So I used to talk about coming in Africa.
Okay.
And I let it alone because they had to raise them, but past 10, 13 years.
You say that they grown and gone and here. So 2020.
Yep, October 19, 2020.
You got the date down and everything. So how's it been for you since you've
I
been here?
love it.
So
I'm
have you
never
found
going
it-
back.
Really?
If somebody die, I'll mourn over here. I don't have to be to the funeral.
Oh, that's serious. And that's the next level for us. You know.
I ain't got to go to the funeral. You ain't got to be at the funeral to mourn.
That's true. That's the truth. That's the truth.
And if they don't care about me enough to come visit me, fuck them. I mean that. You must got your mind.
You're on camera.
I don't care.
She don't care. I know she don't
I
care.
don't care because they afraid of Africa because of what they was taught, you know. But
Yes.
I'm here. I'm saying it's okay.
We're
I'm
here.
home. We're here.
And I love it. I love it. You know there's power in that statement.
It is.
And I respect every little bit, every ounce of what you just said.
I'm not a European. I don't like European culture. It's freaky. It's nasty. It's filthy.
They're serious, aren't they?